Hey guys, welcome back. So today in this video, you can see that first of all, what we will do here is you can see that this is a folder of our previous tutorial. So first of all, we have to click on it. And the first thing that we will do here is we will create the script for PHP for retrieving data. So simply click on this rich text document and just simply remove everything and simply write get.php because we are retrieving data, that's why its name is get.php, understand. And now after that you have to click on it, right click, then open with Sublime Text, and here we have this get.php file. So open this insert.php, and after that you have to copy this con connection, copy data from here, and after that simply write php. After that remove this extra bracket, and now between these two we will do our coding. So after that, pasting that connection here, we will create a variable of name result. So simply write result equals to, and it's a basically array because we have to retrieve multiple data, that's why you have to make it array. And after that we will give the value data because it is required, and again just initialize it like array. And then after that we will create a variable select for retrieving data. So simply write query select, and after that select, then star from our table name users. You can see here its name is users, so you have to give that name here users. And so after that users, here we have to declare another variable, and its name will be response. So simply leave that response equals to mysqli query. So here simply mysql query, just make it I, otherwise it will create problem. And then after that here you have to simply write con connection, and our another query will be select because we have to retrieve data. So I guess now our half part is completely done. So after that here we will simply use a while loop because we have to retrieve multiple data and multiple attributes. That's why after that simply declare a variable row and simply write mysqli, and then after that underscore fetch underscore, and then after that simply write array. So here you have to pass that response that we created above. So simply give the response, and now inside it we can proceed. So first of all we will create index for every attribute. So simply create index equals to, and also add value. So simply give the value that is id because it is our first attribute, then row, then bracket, and after that here you have to write 0 because id is our first parameter, then second, and that will be name. So simply write, what you can do is I will simply copy this line from here, control plus C, and then paste it 4 times because we have 4 parameters. Now after that make it name, and make it 1, and make this one 2, make this one 3, and make that age, and this last one gender because that is the data that we inserted in our previous tutorial. And after that we will create an array push. So simply write array push underscore push, and here you have to pass the array. So our array is result, not response, result, and variable is index. So simply write result, and again I said value, so its value is data, understand. And now after that comma, here you have to pass the variable index, simple. Now semicolon. So you can see that our while part is almost done. So after that we can do is simply you have to come outside this and create a variable of result, so we can check that our data retrieved or not. So give it value success if it is success. So if it is successful, so we will give it value 1, comma equals to 1, and semicolon. And then after that we will use echo and JSON encode because the data will be in JSON format, so we have to convert it. That's why I simply pass result here. And now I guess you have to do the last part, and that is MySQL close connection. So simply write MySQL close, and make I here, yes, and then don't forget to put semicolon, otherwise it will create problem. And after that you have to save that file. So now I hope our coding part is almost correct and done. So after that here what we have to do is we can have to go back in our Android Studio. So after creating this file, just go back in Android Studio and make sure you saved this file correctly. And after that you can see this is our main activity .xml file that we created in our previous tutorial. So here you have to simply give a basic text view like content, wrap content, and simply give the text, and that will be show data. And now after that, data id show data, and tv, then text color simply Android black, and text size 30 sp, and margin top 5 dp, then close it. So now we have the show data text view. So after that, simply come in this main activity.java, and here you have to do is declare that text view show data tv, then equals to find view by id r dot id dot show data tv, then semicolon, and then after that show data tv, show data tv dot set on click listener new on click listener, and after that here you have to use intent equals to new intent, and that will be main activity dot this. And after that we will give the activity where we want to go. So simply click on this package, and you have to create that activity now. So click on this, and after that activity, now select empty activity and give it name that show data, enter, and wait until this part is done successfully. So now it is done. So after that, come back in main activity, and here you have to give that activity show data dot class, and then after that start activity, and simply pass that intent here. So now its part is done. So after that, you have to proceed in this open this xml file of show data, and here we will simply use a list view, make it match parent, and height also match parent, and id list view, then give some margin. So 5 dp will be okay, close it. So now we have the margin, or yeah. So after that, guys, here you have to again create another layout file. So click on it, right click, then new layout resource file, and give it name that data item, then enter. So just open its split part, and here you have to just simply make it linear layout for now, linear layout, and after that give a margin that will be 4 dp, and then after that orientation, and that will be vertical. So after that, guys, here you have to use basically 3 text views, and that will be rep content, oops. So just let me make it wrap content, and again wrap content, and I will simply give the text that will be name, and then text color that will be Android black, and text size that will be 20 sp, that's enough, and then padding that will be 5 dp. So after that, simply id name, then tv, so close it after that, and just simply copy it again, and then control plus d, control plus d, and now we have 2 more text views. So simply give it gender, and simply change the id gender tv, and also here make it age, and make this one age. Now it's okay. So you can see that we have 3 text views, name, age, gender. You can change the layout in case if you want to. You can make it more attractive, more beautiful, but for now I will only show you that how to retrieve data. So we will not work if so we will not work on that. So simply you can see that we have this item layout file, and we have created the xml file using list view, and after that we have the show data class. So after that, I guess our coding part is not done yet. So after that, you have to create another class, and that will work as a model class. So simply give here is data class, enter, and now here you have to simply write is a string. First one will be id, second one will be name, third one will be age, fourth will be gender, and then semicolon. And after that, here you have to simply do is write public, and after that public, then data class, then semicolon. So after that, we have the empty constructor. So after that, click on this alt plus insert, simply click on constructor, control plus a, then enter. And now after that, go outside this constructor, again alt plus insert, then getter and setter, control plus a, then enter. So now we have that. So now our data class is successfully created. After that, click on this package again and create a java class for my adapter. So simply write adapter, or you can give any name you want, understand. So after that adapter, simply write extends, and here you have to write is, so here you have to write array adapter, and it is an array adapter of data class. Simply pass that, and click on this red line, then red bulb, then create constructor, then enter. And now we have this. So after that we need two things. First one is context, so simply write context, and second one will be list data. So simply give list, and it is a list of what? It is a list of data class. So simply write data class and then give it name, that data class list, then semicolon. Understand? So now after that, here instead of this int resources, you have to pass is simply list, then it is a list of what? Data class. And then after that simply write data classes. Understand? And now inside this super, here after that resource, simply write the comma, and after that you have to pass that r dot layout dot item data item, or whatever name I have given that. So r dot layout dot data item. Now after, instead of this resource, simply write so simply write that r dot layout dot data item, and then again comma, and here you have to pass that data classes that we declared just above here. Understand? And then now after that, two lines more, that is this dot context equals to context semicolon, and then again this dot data class list, and then equals to data classes, and now semicolon. Understand? So now we have done our half part. So after, go outside this curly braces and simply search for get view method, and when you will receive the method, so simply we have to generate a view here. So simply write to view, and after that we will inflate that view. So simply create the view, and then after that layout inflator, then dot from simply parent, because it is connected to root. Then after that get the context, and then simply write dot inflate. Now you have to pass the layout file r dot layout dot data item, and then after that two parameters, null, another one again true for attaching to root, and now semicolon. Now after that we have to work with the text views. So simply write name tv equals to view dot find view by id r dot id dot name tv, and name tv, then semicolon. And now after that simply copy it from here, control plus d, then control plus d, control plus only three text views. So after that age tv, and gender tv, and then after that change ids again, age tv, and gender tv. And then after that, here you have to set the values. So it's also easy part. Simply write name tv dot set text, and that will be simply data class list dot get, then simply pass position, then position. After that simply write dot get name, and after that you have to simply copy this line again, control plus d, and then again control plus d. So after that simply write here age tv, and make it gender tv, and simply make it get get age, and then here get gender. So now we have almost three items, name, age, gender, and after that you have to remove this line from here and simply write view instead, semicolon. So guys, now our my adapter class is successfully created. Understand? Our data class created, my adapter class created, show data. So now it's time to work with this show data. Understand? So here we will proceed. So after that guys, here first of all you have to give the list view. So simply write list view, then semicolon, and after that you have to initialize that my adapter class semicolon, and then again data class semicolon. Then after that simply string url equals to for volley library, and then after that here we will create a class like public static, I mean not a class, adapter. So public static array list, and again list of what? List of data class, and then after that data class list, and then equals to, again just initialize it at the same place, so simply array list semicolon. So that's for now, and after that come inside this set on content create, set on create, and then after that give reference list view equals to find view by id r dot id dot list view, and then after that semicolon, and after that you have to write simply my adapter equals to find view by id r dot id dot. So instead of this, here you have to write new my adapter, and now it's correct. So after that, write list view dot set adapter and simply write my adapter. Understand? And here you have to create a method. Simply get data, then semicolon. So make it caps and then semicolon. Now click on this red bulb, create method, get data, and now we have this get data method. Understand? So yeah, now it's time to simply copy the codes from this main activity. So open this main activity from here and copy the code from this string request to this request queue and come back in this show data and simply paste it here and remove this last method of this parents and make it semicolon. Change this to show data. Understand? And also make this one show data and make this one show data and remove this edit text, and also you can comment this toast message for now because we don't need it. So now I guess our coding part is not done yet. So after that, guys, here we have to do a little bit of work. So simply write here array data class list, simply data class list dot clear and then semicolon. After that, simply we will use try and catch. So write try and then after that catch, then exception, then e. So after that, you have to do is what exactly, guys, here we are doing is we are using try and catch, and inside that we will handle our JSON object. So first of all, simply write JSON object. So on JSON object and then JSON object equals to new JSON object, initializing it, and here you have to pass that response because if we receive successfully, and then semicolon, then after that we will create a string of success that data retrieved or not. So actually from here we will check that JSON object dot get string and that will be success, then semicolon, and after that you have to write JSON array because we have to encode it. So simply write JSON array, then JSON array equals to, because we are retrieving that data in an array form from our database, so that's why simply write get JSON array, and here you have to pass the data because you have because you know that we have given data value in that array while creating PHP script. Understand? So after that, simply check that if success equals to 1, and we have also given the value 1. So here you can see that result have the value data, and if success equals to 1, so it means that we retrieved data. So guys, after that, if inside that if we will use a for loop for retrieving data one by one, so here you have to simply do is declare an integer, then it will be I equals to 0. Understand? And then 0 not o. So after that I equals to 0, and then again I is smaller than what is smaller than JSON array length. So simply write JSON array length, then again semicolon, and then we will simply increment it. So it will run it will just, you can say, increment one by one, then column, and then here starting ending braces. So inside that again you have to write JSON object and give it name object equals to JSON array dot get JSON object. Simply pass that position here. So now here we can just retrieve all the data one by one. So simply write id equals to object, then dot get string, and you have to pass the value of that parameter. So after giving the name id, simply do is control plus d and then control plus d. Oops, simply make it control plus d, then again control plus d, control plus okay, we only have 3 data. So first one will be we need name, second one will be age, third one will be gender. So here you have to pass age and gender, and here we will give name. Understand? And then after that, guys, here you have to write data class and then dot after that equals to new data class, and we will pass the parameter here name, age, gender, now semicolon. Understand? So guys, you can see that it is creating problem. Yes, it is creating problem. So for solving that, what here you can do is it's pretty easy. Just have to control plus d it again and just make this one id, and also make this one ID and pass ID here. So that's why it was creating problems. So you just have to give all the parameters, ID, name, age, gender, because we are creating that object. So it is just creating problem because here we have passed 4 objects. You can see that we have 4 parameter in this object. That's why it was asking for ID 2. And then after that we can, so after that simply you have to write is data class list dot add and add. So simply here you have to add that data class and then semicolon, and the last line of this coding part is my adapter dot notify on set, notify on dataset changed, notify dataset changed. So guys, now our coding part is almost correct, yeah. And do not forget to write this part of code, because otherwise if you will skip this, so it will work, it will not work. So guys, now I think our coding part is almost correct, so it's time to open the web host and upload the get.php file. So let me open then 000 web host to that page, and here you can see that our application API, I mean our website API app. Once you click on this manage website, so we will go to that file manager and php file main. So guys, you just have to wait. That's all we can do now. So now we have this dashboard. Click on this tools from here, and then database manager, understand, and after that click on, we just really don't need it now, so click on this file manager for now, and then upload files. And here what we have to do is simply, yes, here we have, so click on this public HTML, and here we have this insert file, so click on this upload files, and simply open this folder and drag this get php file, and drop it here, then upload and wait until it is successfully uploaded, uploading 100%. And now we have the file. So for checking it, simply click on this get php, then right click and click on this view, so it will simply retrieve the data. And here you can see that we are having some error on the line 20, but still you can see that this data is in JSON format, so we have to convert it. That's why we were using JSON encode in the ending. So let's see what is the problem in the line number 20. So here with this MySQL I close, you have to write con connection, and then save it here, and also open this and let me edit the file. So simply we have to pass the connection. So loading. Why is it asking for username and password? So let me go back and click on this upload files. Sometime it happens, so what you have to do is just simply close that tab and open it again, and then it will work pretty good. So yeah, click on this public HTML, then get PHP, click on button edit. Now close this tab, and in this MySQL you have to pass $con because it is our connection. Close and save, and when it will be saved, so we can just click on write and view. This time we should, so you can see that the error is successfully solved. So close this one, and sorry, again click on it, this view. So after that you have to copy this URL from here, control plus C, and then simply go back in the Android Studio project, and you have to give that URL here, control plus V, and make sure you have given the internet permission in your end manifest file. So guys, now our coding part and everything is complete, so it's time to run the application and see is it working or not. So guys, now I'm running this application and see is it working or not. So here we have our php my admin database, understand. So we will see that how much data we have here. So click on this users. So guys, you can see that our application is running absolutely good, and here exactly we have 3 data, Rajan, Bhumika, Shivam. So I will simply click on this show data text view, and here you can see that data retrieved successfully. So you can see on the screen that this is data is visible everything. You can see that we have three data, and for example, if I want to add another data like mm, Jeff and age 50, gender male, and after that I will click on button submit. So data inserted successfully. Now I will click on this show data. So here we have four data. You can see Jeff 50 male is exactly visible here. So as you can see that our retrieving data part is working absolutely fine. So guys, if you like this tutorial, so please like, share and subscribe my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so you will never miss any update. Thank you for watching.